Good morning, guys. Welcome to the channel this morning. Today we'll be talking about the match last night against Southampton. That game was scary. I swear to God, that game was scary. Before that corner kick they scored, I swear I could actually say that they scored that's a corner kick. I felt that they were going to score the corner kick. I felt it because it just looked like our players were confused. The Onana did not show any assurance. There was no fight. There was no hunger. It didn't seem like players were going to break their backs to get the ball out. And you could see the position Ugarte was. Ugarte is not a tall player. Then when you saw him in the middle there, he didn't even know who to mark. He was like looking for people that were going to come and push the goalkeeper. Stupid shit like that. Like I just felt like we were going to concede the goal, and sure enough, own goal, Ugarte. Well, it is what it is. I think Amorim has had enough time, not enough anyway. He has had some time to give the players some understanding of what kind of formation he wants to play and how he wants to do this formation. Is it playing out right now? No, it's not. There is more we could do, or no, it's not. And is Amorim even helping himself? I don't think he is, because look at, for instance, Hamad. When he let Ahmad go into the 10th position, see what we saw. Like, he was on it. The defenders couldn't handle the pressure he was putting on them. So just imagine how much we were allowing Southampton play because we were not on them. What we were doing instead in the first half was that we kept trying to build out of the back. Like, what was the point of building out of the back? We were 15th on the table at the time. Like, just hoof the ball out. Let them try to build out of the back too. Simple. But what happened was you hoof the ball, and you expect to press them a certain way. But the people in the front line, Hoyland is just a headless dog running helter-skelter sometimes, I swear to God. He just runs for running sake. And it's like, whenever Hoyland is charging, it's like we are shapeless. Hoyland charges, Bruno charges, Garnacho joins them half-heartedly because he can see that it's an aimless charge. What happens next is they beat the press, bang, bang, they are in our midfield. Then you saw Joe Aribo yesterday playing like his prime Busquets. Well, we don't suffer. We don't suffer. Anyway, let me just try to stick to some key points. Number one, I think we were very lucky yesterday, but at least 3 points is 3 points. Now, who go war, fight war, come back. Now you go tell story of the war. You cannot expect to come back from be dead from coming back from a war and be able to tell the tales of the war. So at least we can learn from this thing. And Amorim said it in the press conference before the game that this game is going to teach him more about the team than what the game against Liverpool and Arsenal showed him, because in those games it was more of like a dog-eat-dog fight. This was an actual game we should go into trying to win, and it was a matter of mentality. And the mentality that some of those players showed were very weak and feeble. I don't know if it was fatigue or tiredness. We will see in the next game against Brighton if it was fatigue or tiredness, because I think Amorim is going to try to stick to the same formation, the same players in the same positions. But let's see how it all plays out. Let's see. It's just a matter of time before we see. Number two, transfers. I don't know if the transfer of Garnacho out of United is affecting his game. I don't know, because it feels like he's not as daring in his dribbles anymore. Before he was like a mad dog on the ball. Now he's a little bit conserved in terms of the way he plays the game. He's always very hesitant about certain passes, and I can't say he's not trying. He's trying his best. It's football. Some things come on, some things come off. Some things don't work every time. You just have to try. But that being said, it just feels like, I don't know if this period of Napoli approaching is affecting his concentration. Of course, he's trying to be professional, but these things are not easy, especially if you don't know yet if the other team is going to commit enough, and then you have to move and you have to play with new teammates. So you're not really taking all the instructions totally online because you're thinking all this might change even just next week or in a couple of days. So it's difficult to tell if that's playing a part in it, but I don't know. Let's see. Um, uh, I think Napoli United just rejected a deal for Napoli from Napoli for Garnacho. I think they said it was it 38 million. I think it's worth more than that. He has a Puskas award for the scissors kick he did against Everton. So I think he's worth far more than that, and I think anything above 50 is still a good bargain. 70 would have been a good deal, but he's still a youngster and he's not consistent enough. So I don't really think United should even entertain anything. They will get anything more than 50 million for him. And that 50 million is a long stretch because he's not really consistent. So let's see. I'm very optimistic about that because if we can get that deal done and we actually are able to move Rashford on, I think we might get like 2 surprise signings this window. 2 surprise signings because we really need an extra defender. And you can tell yesterday when we had only Delit in center of the defense, we couldn't even throw diagonals from the defense. We couldn't because he's not that kind of player. And Lenny is a young boy. He's just 19. Like, what do you want from him? He's trying his best, and even at his best, like they put him against a BTEC Sadio Mane that was running madness yesterday. But you win some, you lose some. Like, he's learning his trade, and I hope, like, when he starts to pick size and he starts to pick strength, he will be the one that will play in the present Harry Maguire position. Maybe. Let's see. I think that's the position that would really suit him because he has that strength to like push up the field, and he's not a warrior kind of player, but he's a very composed player with the ball, and he can throw long passes and get into a few tackles. Well, you saw the tackle against Darwin Núñez against Liverpool. Yeah. So let's see how this Garnacho thing pans out long term, so that we could actually know if anyone will come in or not. But let's see. The third point is the lineup. I for some reason I think Amorim makes similar errors in terms of his lineup. He started this game with Ahmad playing as a right wing back. The problem with that is if all the players are holding each other 1v1 because we're using the same formation, what happens is all they have to do is to prevent him from coming in line. And in that case, they just have to stick tight to him enough so he doesn't turn. It was later on in the game that we saw Ahmad actually turn, able to face his player. Before that, he was always passing backwards because they've enclosed him in. One player encloses him, a midfielder joins. There's no space. What does he want to do? He's not Messi. Even Messi will pass. He's not Superman. What is he supposed to do? Lift the ball above them and run? No. So it's like you're caging yourself in because he's a left footer in the right wing position. He has to control the ball out. So you're not helping anybody that way. So I think Amorim should stick with Ahmad as a right 10 and just leave him there. Stop moving him. Regardless of the injuries or the suspensions, stop moving him. Leave him there, let him cook. Leave him there, let him cook. Let him play that position. Let him get used to that position. Let him grow into that position. Now, regarding the right wing back, left wing back, I don't know what's going on with the academy players, but bro, please, bring one of those boys up. I beg you with God. This thing is getting out of hand. Mazraoui is not a left footer. He can't even throw a left cross. The left side was non-existent because It wasn't a threat. So what happens is Garnacho slides in there, is trying to make something happen. Nothing happens. He comes back to the right. Nothing was going down that left because nothing was coming out of there. And even Ahmad, so when he gets to the edge of the box, there is no one making the overlapping run behind Ahmad for an actual cross. No one. So Amorim needs to get this formation on a tee if he wants it to work. Use players that are not playing at the moment to play those positions, even if it's to start Kokunki, Kokunki. I think that's how to spell it. That's how to pronounce it. Kokunki. Even if it's to bring in Kokunki for a spell, let him just try out in the right wing. Let him just come in for a run in one game in the right wing. Because if you don't do it, what happens is we keep forcing square pegs in round holes, and it's not really helping. Let an actual right back in the academy side come up, please, or even left back or left wing back. If Malaysia is not cutting it, please promote somebody else. I can see he doesn't really trust Malaysia, so please promote somebody else. So the fourth point is still the style of play, and I really can't explain why we keep using left wing backs and right wing backs that have opposite foots. So like a right-footed left wing back and left-footed right wing back. It's killing the game. It's making it impossible to play. And I expect Amorim to understand this. Even though we won, I can see it as clear as day how hampering it is. Put a left footer on the left side, please. Even if he's not the kind of player that can make those darting runs, let him be able to just throw crosses that are just dangerous enough to make an attempt. Because right now we are just stuck and stagnant when we attack. We have to wait for a transition to get a shot on target. Imagine. Yeah. Now, the final point is, oh, Joshua Zirkzee. Oh, Joshua Zirkzee. Woo! Ha! When that boy came on yesterday, I just felt very proud because he's had in this short time he's been here, he's had a hard time. People have bullied him because of his size, because he's massive. People say, there's another channel where a guy had said his skin looks like they should like fresh chicken, that he needs to suffer so he can understand how to play football. Like, what kind of logic is that? The thing is, that guy is a giant and he is mobile enough to do things that people can only dream of. Let me put it that way. That kid can be that little extra magic we need on the sauce in certain games. That extra spice. And that spice is what Pogba ought to be. But Pogba is also a midfielder, so you expect him to do the hard grind at the same time be the spice. He can only do one. So anyway, that's why Pogba, in this case, we have a 10 in the size of Zirkzee who can actually take on players and has the strength to actually beat his man. He needs time and more confidence because, as you can see, his pace has started to increase. He has started to acclimatize to the Premier League. When he starts to get more games, and face the opposition more and more, we will see a different level of confidence in him that will actually turn our season around, I think. Because when a player like that hits some kind of confidence patch, it can be a problem. Because all the players around him will score for fun. Because players like that attract defenders. Because everybody has to take him down. And you can't. He's too skillful, still big. It's like talking about Zlatan. People just get attracted to Zlatan to come and attack him. But the thing is, if he's fast enough and strong enough to beat that man and then beat the second man, he has 3 men on the wings waiting for passes. And that's not if he shoots the ball on his own. So let's see how Zirkzee develops into the kind of player that can actually push us forward. And on contrary, there is Oiland. Oiland is the player. Oiland, Xerxes is the player I thought Oiland was. Let me put it that way. I thought Oiland was that player that will attract players to him while holding the ball. But no, he just goes to the defenders and just holds them and wrestles them. Why are you? A pass is coming. Brother, stay in space. You are standing with the defender. Why are you standing with the defender? Premier League striker. Standing with the defender. For what? It's like you're helping the defender do his job. Leave the defender and find space, my brother. Make decoy runs. Do something. Holding the defender. Nah, now you day game. Hey, it's like we've not seen striker before. That's how the guy plays. He plays like we've never seen a striker before. We don't even know what strikers do. That's how he plays. Anyway, let's see how the game against Brighton goes. I'm hoping United can pick up some more points from Brighton. I want 3 points, but Brighton comes with its own level of challenges. They have a very good striker, a young striker also, very aggressive striker that is going to cause us a lot of problems. And I don't know how or what kind of defensive selection we'll need to do that day to combat that guy, but we need to do something. And I trust Amorim to make a decision. Will the decision be perfect? I don't know, but I trust him to make the decision because even any manager will make mistakes, make selection mistakes, it happens, But let's see how that Brighton game goes. I predict United getting 3 points there. It's going to be a very hard game, just like this Southampton, because we have to learn how to play against teams that we ought to beat. There's a difference between playing against teams who ought to beat you and playing against teams you ought to beat. Let's see how United handle the pressure of playing against teams that they ought to beat and see if we can actually take the fight to them. But let's see. Does Xerxes start? I don't think so. I don't think Xerxes starts. I believe Amorim will go still with Oiland to start because he gives the defenders of the other team something to think about early on, and then then you can use Xerxes as a different dimension. I would prefer Xerxes starting, and we play with Xerxes as a deep playing striker, as a playmaking striker, than Oiland. But it's up to the manager to decide. Predictions, goal line predictions. I'll go with 3-1, similar to today. I think Brighton have a goal in them. Maybe not a corner kick. Maybe some kind of like, crazy turn and beating your player or something. But I think they have a goal in them. I would like to see Xerxes continue this form he's on. It's not scoring, but I like to see him continue this playmaking form he's on and build on it step by step. We have a couple of games that we should try to win, and I believe we can win them and try to close up the gap between us at 12th at the moment and the top 6. I'm not saying we're going to get to win the league, no, but I think we need to close that gap a little bit and try to find some kind of respectable position to end in this season, because right now it's a shambles. I swear to God. I'm very happy we won the game yesterday, and I think these players have a gear that they can go up. I don't know if that gear can be optimized by Amorim's decision making. I hope it can, because if the defenders can't, the right wing back, left wing back can't cross the ball in certain positions, if they can't play diagonals, if they can, how do you want to play? Where does the attack come from? It doesn't come from anywhere. Now we're just hoping Hamad turns up. Now we're just hoping Xerxes turns up. We need to create that system. But that system comes with a lot of practice. But let's see. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and share. And for those on Instagram, like and comment. Facebook, like and comment. Thank you very much. I'm Tobi Lobaero, and this is Touchline Banter.